Hello, it's Oliver Blair, and I'm going to sort of go through how to mess around with Tumblr, sort of hack the code of a Tumblr theme for the third year multimedia project 2 sort of tutorial. But yeah, just some general ways to how to mess around with stuff. So if we open up Tumblr, I've got a window over here. So this is my one, and this is what it looks like. All my sort of feeds coming in here. Some cats drinking milk, of course. So the first thing I want you guys to do is make a new Tumblr blog. So make sure that you have a individual one for Studio and another individual one for multimedia, because this is way easier for us to market. So yeah. So it's just up in this top right corner. Click on that, and then there should be right down the bottom, create new blog. Cool. So I'm just going to call it multimedia website thingy, and then the URL I'll call it Ollie multimedia website thingy, like that. Cool. That seems to be all good. I'll go create new blog. Cool, so it's all set up. So the first thing I'll do, I'll just make some posts so that we have some content for us to be messing around with. So I'll open up, I think I've got a folder, stuff. I'll bring in that image, and I'll just, some sort of jargon post. Hopefully that doesn't go to Twitter as well. Put another one in. Photo, another image. Let's double check that's not. Alright, sweet. Cool. Another one, and might make a text one as well. Oh, that's just still uploading. But yeah, so there's these different sort of post types as well. So photo is one type, but you can have also these other different types. So I'll do a text one. Has a title, text post title, and then text post content, like that. You can also add, I think, HTML, but also images into text posts as well, like inline. So I'll do that as well. I'll just call it like da 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 da, and then I'll put a new. Yeah, cool. Need that one. Just whack that in. Processing. Post. Right, cool. Cool. So we've got a couple different post types happening, and they should all be published. And I think view. If I middle click on that, it'll show up on my other tab. Cool. So this is the default sort of theme, I guess. And I'm logged in, so my dashboard and everything's up here, customizes up here. So this is by default what it looks like. It's actually kind of clean nowadays. It used to be horrible as, but yeah, it's kind of cool. I wonder if this auto changes to something else. Nope, it's going to stay like that forever. Alright, cool. And okay, cool. So I'll go back to my dashboard and I'll go up to customize. And then, cool, there's a whole bunch of different options over here on the left. So these are all the theme options that are specific to this theme. And there's also some advanced stuff happening, which I think is kind of generic to all themes maybe. And there's also browse themes, so we can pick a new completely different theme. And if I go back, if I go cancel, then I can actually go edit HTML on this as well, and it brings up the code for the theme and how it's sort of how it defines everything. So there's a whole logic to this, which I won't sort of go over. What I will go over is let's just change some stuff and see what happens. So like these things here are actually variables, so that background color, title font weight, all that sort of stuff is all referenced back here. Background color, title color, all that sort of stuff. So they're called variables, so we can set them here in this interface, and then they'll update in the code wherever that variable is, like background color. Because there might be another one down here. Yeah, see, background color, referencing that same variable that we're setting. So what about instead of background color, we pick a default one like body background. What if we change this to something like pink? Can I just type pink in there? Pink, update preview. Cool, changed it to pink. What about if I type in RGB color? So for red, I'll make it 0 red, 0 green, but like maybe 9 blue. No, nothing. No. Maybe it needs to be a hex code. Cool, that worked. So what is this? What is this code here? What is that about? Let's look it up. Hashtag 000099. Cool. So it's hex color. What is hex color? Is there a sort of definition of it? Maybe this first link, we'll take a look. Okay, so that's the color that we're setting. Here we go. Hex color for the web has RGB values of 00153. What does that mean? RGB. So RGB stands for red, green, blue. And what it translates to, there's a whole bunch of different ways of looking at things. So in Photoshop, you guys might use CMYK or RGB. But there's also a hex code that this spits out. So if I open up Photoshop, and then we go... I'll just minimize this window so you can see what's going on. If I click on this, so this is the color picker in Photoshop. So see I'm in red here and it's coming up HSB, RGB, CMYK, also a hex code. So these are all sort of different ways of defining the same color. So RGB stands for red, green, blue. So red goes from like a minimum of 0 to a maximum of 255. So if there's heaps of red, then that number will be higher. So there's no green, no blue, and it's just red. But maybe a little bit of everything is white. And see how these values here are changing as well, the hex code. So that's how this works as well. As the first two are for red, the second two are for green, the last two are for blue. But instead of going from 0 to 255 like RGB up here, the hex code goes from 0 to F. So if I go down, how's it going to work? Yeah, I'll just do a grayscale. So, so maximum of everything is white. So F. If I go in the middle, so that's sort of 8, 7, all the way down the bottom 0, 0, 0. So you can roughly kind of figure stuff out. So FF, it's green, right? But yeah, Photoshop color picker, definitely a good way to get these RGB codes, because you can sort of go, oh, I want a green color, sort of like that. Copy that, Control C, Command C, whatever, and then back in the browser, we'll get rid of this one. And we'll just change this color here. I'll just go paste, update preview. Cool, now it's that minty green color. Cool, so I'm just going to change some stuff. So whenever it says color, I might sort of try a different color, like red. I'll try that. Where's the red now? Oh, that's the image. No, nothing really changed. What about this? What's this here? Maybe it's this one. Maybe I'll try this title color to be pink. So HTML nowadays is quite smart. You can sort of type in colors or hex codes and sometimes RGB values as well. I thought maybe it's 00 00 FF. Is that going to work? Nope. Anyway, so you can type in colors like pink, or what about like lime? Is lime a colour? Oh, it is. Sort of green. What about yellow? Cool. So I'm just in Chrome, just sort of editing this all within the Tumblr interface. So that's colours. What about stuff like font family? What does that mean, font family? So what about if I change it to maybe a different type of font? Like, what are some fonts? So I'll open up a new tab and I'll go fonts. DA font. Yeah. Google font. We'll try Google fonts. I haven't tried that before. Google fonts. Oh, here we go. Special Elite. Special Elite. Maybe I'll try that. Copy that name. And now instead of title font, I'll put in Special Elite. It might have to have speech marks around it. Yeah, that didn't really work, did it? What about like that? No, that's not working either. What about I'll Google fonts I can use on the internet. Which font should I use for my web page? Here we go. It's probably here we go. Comic Sans. That's what we want to use. Comic Sans. So I'll put that in here. So I'm just copying and pasting. Wait, this seems to have broken it. No, it's not happy about that either. Comic Sans. Oh, anyway, that's not working. So what about something else where there's like a number? Are there any numbers here? There appear to be no numbers. Oh well. How about what happens if I just delete all this stuff? I'll try that. Delete update preview. Oh, that got rid of something up here. And this seems to be squished together now. But is everything there? Like there's the picture, and that. Oh, here's the text post. Yep. Cool. So everything's still there. What about if I delete all this stuff? Update. Nothing. Awesome. Maybe I'll undo that. Can I go Command Z? Command Z. Cool. That worked. So this is what I want you guys to do. I want you to just have a sort of a play. I might change to a different theme actually entirely, and then play around with it, like something that's a bit more simple, like this one maybe. I'll try this one. Yeah, I'll go use, and then we'll go edit HTML. Okay, now we're talking. Now there's some numbers in it. So what about instead of 50 there, it's 500. Whoa. Been a big gap. What about instead of 50, it's 5,000. Yeah, now we're talking. Now it's like a massive gap, so no one sees any of your posts. They have to really hunt down for them. Don't really want that, do we? So I might get rid of that. And instead, I might change. There we go. Georgia Times New Roman. What happened to Comic Sans? Comic Sans. Put some quotes around it as well. No, Comic Sans is not available. What about, here we go, Arial, Helvetica, monospace fonts, Courier New. Let's try this one, Courier New. And just so you know, I am sort of taking the piss a little bit. I know what these fonts are. Oh, there we go, that changed. So, and then font size, here we go, 160. Now we're talking. Massive! Look at that. That's quite cool. It's like, yes, definitely a big website right there that we should go to. You know, so I want you guys to sort of play around, try out these different things, delete some stuff, replace some stuff with other things. Sort of just, it's just all on the computer. You can always go back and like undo it, Command Z, or often what I've been doing is I'll copy all of this. So I'm just in this window here, and I'll go Command A, and then I'll go Control C or Command C, and then in a text editor, like how do I get to my one that I'll just open it in Notepad. Here we go. And then just paste it into a new file. HTML. Yeah, and then I'll just save that somewhere on my computer, on my H drive or whatever. So I've got a backup of what it looks like when it's not all screwed up, because often you screw things up. So that's quite cool. I might leave that and I'll save it. And then can we go back and then exit, and then I'll update this window here. So this is my regular Tumblr blog. Cool, there it all is. Massive text. Why not? So that's the main thing I want you guys to start sort of getting into. Start playing around with that stuff, experimenting with it, trying to change something, seeing what changes do. So yeah. So also I want to quickly go over what the different post types. So this one was just a text one with a photo embedded, and this was just a text post, and these were the photo posts. So if you go down, sort of, I'm in a different theme right now, so it's probably laid out differently to your one, but you can kind of see if we go down a wee bit. Posts, regular, photo, quote, video, audio. These are the different post types, so I think they should repeat later on as well. Regular and photo. Do we see that more? Regular and photo? No, we don't. Okay, cool. So this is where we can do some interesting stuff. So photo. What happens if we delete this span? So this is called a code block. So see how it says a block here? So that sort of opens the block, and then this here / block, that sort of closes it. So you can sort of see there's a bit of code there. There's another one up here, regular, so you can sort of see that block, regular, / block, regular. That's another block of code. But within these blocks there are other blocks as well. For example, the H2, there's a heading, this type of heading, and then there's a P one here, that stands for paragraph, and there's a span, which is a length of text. So some of them are just sort of self-contained as well, like image doesn't have a closing one for the block, so there's no sort of / image thing there. Where's another one? There's H3. No script. So that you can sort of start to see these patterns happening. So there's a big code block here, if discuss short name, and then another one, if discuss short name, right? And then within that there's a div, which goes all the way there, which is a division, which is sort of groups objects together. And then within this division there's another division, and a script, and a no script. Yeah, and then within no script there's even a, which is an anchor or a link, the HTML link. So you can start to sort of see a basic structure. The YouTube interface is quite the Tumblr interface is quite good, because it has this text syntax highlighting, so you can sort of see these different colors like purple, blue, yellow. They sort of help you read it a bit better. I think, yeah, you might be able to zoom in somehow. Maybe this, oh no, yeah, go to line, cool. Cool, they've really updated it, it's quite good. So, for example, if we sort of change some stuff, what about if on a photo we get rid of this caption one, this caption paragraph? I'll just delete that whole thing and go update. And we scroll down to the photo blog, photo post. there's no captions anymore. Yeah? So they've gotten rid of the captions. If I undo that, it's back there again. What if I go caption and then type something else in? Like inside that P code block. Yeah? So you can sort of see this is the end and the start of it. So if I go update, what happens there? So it should be caption and then this SDF start to happen. So that doesn't really help that I made weird titles for them either. So here's the caption, and then after it's got my stuff that I put in there as well. So you can start to do things like that as well, like add new information into every single thing. What about regular post body title? So what if I go title this be a title on a regular post? So this be a title, and that's on that one. What about this be a title? Yeah, that's on that one as well. And then what about not on the photo one though? Yeah, so that's the text types of post. If I go to the, where can I go? Dashboard. So the text, that's called regular in the themes, and then photo, quote, link. I think they're all, yeah, photo, quote, video, audio, link. Here we go, link. So regular is the text type of post. So what about if we have, what about if we change regular, can we put that in a div, and I'll change the style, wait, equals, and then I'll go background is pink, and I'll close that beginning div, and then I'll put it at the end of, oh, maybe it needs to be inside it actually, so I'll put it there, and then this one, yep, so I'll put it inside the regular code block, and then I've got div, and then the stuff inside it, and then another closing div, and I've just added this property to the division, which is a style property, and then I've changed that background. Yeah, actually it should have that, I think, as well, to be legit. So don't freak out about this code stuff. It's just because I know it from experience. So there we go. The background's sort of updated, and now it's pink. Cool. Does it do it on the photo ones though? No, it doesn't, because it's just on this regular one. So we can start to do things like that. So div, and then maybe on the photo ones, the background is. So I'm just copying and pasting. That's what a lot of front-end development, web design sort of stuff is. Just copy paste. Pretty much pink. Maybe I'll make it yellow. And I might actually change that font size. It's a bit big, 160. Might be a tad big. Maybe I'll make it 32. Let's try that. Cool. So pink and yellow. Yeah, so you can start to add color and things like that, and then maybe the whole background instead of being, because we sort of know what that is now. It's that hex code. We can change it to something else, like black. Oh, you're not going to be able to read this stuff. Oh no, yeah. So I sort of changed it quite drastically, yeah. But anyway, so try some of that stuff. There's a whole bunch of tutorials online, like, let's try one. How do I edit my Tumblr theme? Yeah, creating a custom HTML theme. So that's what we were doing just now. So sort of gets a whole bunch of examples, tells you about the structure of it all, basic variables like I was telling you about, like the title, description, and everything like that. And cool. So don't be afraid to Google stuff either. Okay, cool. So have fun with that. Yeah.